Thanks for coming out in this nasty weather and everything going on and everything. Thanks for making it out. I appreciate that. So we'll get started with the announcement. So my name is Kevin Schmitt, Dr. Kevin Schmitt, and I'm running for state representative in the 114th with the Republican Party. Thank you. I'm a small business owner. I'm a chiropractor in Millstadt. I've been there for 16 years. I have an office in Freeburg, been there for 5. My wife, Laura, I've been married to her for 13 years. Got 2 boys, 8 and 11 years old, and they go to public school there in Millstadt. We live in Millstadt. My wife's family, she runs a family business, Custom Marble, with her and her brother run that. I run my offices, 2 offices, one in Millstadt and one in Freeburg. So let's get to the meat and potatoes here of why I'm running. 3 main issues for this district would be crime, jobs in the economy, and third would be taxes. So, and those all 3 kind of run together. So let's start with crime. I don't know if you're aware of the demographics of the district, but we have East St. Louis on one end, and it wraps around Belleville basically, and then northern O'Fallon on the other. So crime is an issue. The way I would address that is, first, I would pay the police officers more money, and I would have more police officers. But then the judges need to have the police officers' backs. Okay, so these guys, they're risking their lives to go out there and apprehend the criminals. You got to have their back and keep the criminals in jail. Don't just let them right back out on the street and do the same thing again. That's a problem. In addition to that, jobs in the economy is the #1 way to lower crime. If you look worldwide, okay, areas that have good jobs, good economy, crime's low. So that goes on to my next point, jobs in the economy. Well, how does a state rep create jobs and help the economy? Well, actually, you see, the government doesn't create the jobs, the private sector does. Capitalism does. The government just needs to get out of the way, okay, and let the people do what they do best, and that's create jobs and do what they want. That goes on to, so the government needs to step out of the way. That goes into taxes and regulations, okay? So we need to reduce taxes. That's the #1 reason why people are leaving this state. That's the #1 reason why businesses don't come in. Businesses are going right across the river. We're located right here. If you're a business owner and you got a good accountant and they're looking at things, they'll say, hey, you go across the river, you make more money over there. And if you're a new business owner, you're looking at Illinois or Missouri, well, yeah, make some more money in Illinois. And so we need to reduce taxes, reduce regulations. So how do you reduce taxes? So you streamline, you consolidate, you make it a well-oiled machine, which Illinois is not by any means. We're all over the place. We have multiple layers of government that repeat on each other. A lot of waste, okay? Now, I know how to eliminate waste. In my chiropractic office, all right, it's a straight $19 rate every time. Every visit. You hand me a 20, hand you a 1, end of discussion. Extremely simple. I eliminated all the excess paperwork, got insurance out of it, and then I passed that savings, okay, on to the patient. Same thing needs to be done in the government. We need fiscally conservative people in there, like myself, that will eliminate, shrink down, okay, and then pass that savings onto the taxpayer in the form of less taxes. That's how it's done. And then that all cycles back to better jobs, more economy, less crime. Okay, so it's all one big circle there. Other issues, social issues, abortion. So in the state of Illinois, we've gone off the deep end there. You can have an abortion the day before the baby's born. Recently, you got a 13-year-old daughter, she becomes pregnant, you don't even know about it. She can have an abortion. You don't have to be notified as the parent, and you don't have to sign off on it. And that's insane. You know, if your daughter goes to school and needs an aspirin, you have to sign off on the aspirin, but not an abortion. So that's Illinois. And then gun rights, okay? Another issue here. So the way I view gun rights is every human being in the world has a right to protect themselves. And the Constitution protects that right to protect yourself. It's an inalienable right. And the Ford card here in Illinois, I think, infringes on our right to keep and bear arms. And I would want to get rid of that as state rep. In addition to that, recently there's been a lot of issues with parental rights. To sum that one up, from a personal standpoint, you know, I signed up to co-parent with my wife. We are the parents. I don't co-parent with the government. They don't make healthcare decisions for my kids. They don't decide what morality is right or wrong for my kids. That's not the role of the government in public schools. My kids attend public schools, and you know, coming up here in the fall, they're implementing this crazy sex ed stuff. It's madness. The state needs to be turned around. And the question that I keep asking everybody is, how much do they have to take away from you before you've had enough? I've had enough. The question is have you all had enough? Mm-hmm. You know, whether it be freedoms and rights, whether it be just straight up your money, it's ridiculous. And I drew the line in the sand, and they crossed it. And that's the question that all the voters need to ask themselves. How much? How much do they have to take away before you've had enough? You know, and I think in addition to that, when you vote, you need to vote for someone that's got skin in the game, someone that has something to lose. You know, me and my wife, small business owners, we feel, and all the other business owners in the area feel all the crap coming down from Springfield. You know, as parents, we feel all the crap coming down from Springfield. All of us feel it, whole community. And that's got to stop. It's got to stop now, okay? We've had enough. That's why I'm running. And I would appreciate your vote come June, and vote for Schmitt. Thank you.